I'm going to show you guys a bit of a trick that I've learned in my many years of using electrical tape. Yes, even I'll admit it, a lot of my first mods were covered in electrical tape, and it was fantastic. But electrical tape I still use a lot for, instead of painting stuff, it's a lot more durable if I just need something black in a high traffic area. Stocks, especially when you've got the stock up against you, your chin is resting up here, and the paint just tends to rub off on these a lot. So a lot of times, like in this case, I just end up electrical taping them instead of painting them. This is a stock from a Super Soaker, and I've done most of it already, but I want to show you kind of the tail end of the trick that I've learned at doing electrical tape wraps. The main thing is essentially do the big easy parts that you can just continue to wrap around with. See that pattern there? Continue to wrap around with. Do those last. And do the corners and stuff like that first. You'll notice up here I've got some pieces that are this is kind of an odd shaped portion of the blaster where I wouldn't normally be able to wrap it. So I have just done separate little strips there, and then what I'm going to do is do a wrap around those, so that way you have the least amount of edges on there, because the more edges you have, the more chance you have of your wrap to fray. So and then the other thing is, if you have areas like here, this is where the release would be for the removable barrel for end strike adapter. Instead of putting electrical tape on there, because it actually adds thickness to it, I've just painted over this section in black, and I'm going to go around it very closely with electrical tape anyways. So all you need to do is, when you're wrapping whatever blaster or part or anything like that, make sure that you save the corners and odd-shaped parts. Do those first, and then wrap everything else over, so that way you get as little of this gap of the edges as possible. It'll make for a much more reliable and a much more sturdy wrap on there. So I'm going to finish this up. We'll see you guys later.